3 people died and 4 others were injured after a gunman opened fire at a Kurdish community center and a nearby restaurant and barber shop in Paris on Friday, local mayor Alexandra Cordebard said. Following the dramatic shooting which took place this morning, I returned to Paris and will go to the scene. All my thoughts go to the families of the victims. The perpetrator was arrested, French Interior Minister Gérald Darmanin tweeted. The shooting in the 10th arrondissement has not been designated as a terrorist incident, though all avenues are being investigated. The suspected attacker has been arrested. Paris prosecutor Laure Becquieu said the gunman's motive is unclear and that an investigation has been launched. Becquieu told journalists at the scene that the suspected attacker had previously been known to the police to have been allegedly involved in 2 incidents. Paris anti-terror prosecutor is evaluating the facts around Friday's shooting. But the investigation is still being led by the city's judicial authorities, the anti-terror prosecutor's office told CNN Friday. We are evaluating the facts to know if the event should be qualified as an act of terrorism, the prosecutor's office said. All 3 people killed during the shooting inside and near a Kurdish community center on Friday are Kurds, the center's lawyer confirmed to CNN. The lawyer declined to give out any further information as the investigation is still ongoing. Paris prosecutor Laure Becquieu said on Friday that investigators are not ruling out possible racist motivations behind the shooting, which occurred at the Kurdish Cultural Center Ahmet Kaya on Rue d'Enghien. When it comes to racist motivations, of course these elements are part of the investigation that was just launched, Becquieu said. Those who are lost are never really lost but with us, according to CNN's team on the ground. Some people were also heard chanting "Murderer Erdogan" in a reference to Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan's robust attitude against Kurdish nationalism and his policies towards Kurdish far-left militant and political groups based in Turkey and Iraq.
French serial killer Charles, the Serpent of Sobhraj, released from Nepali jail. Charles Sobhraj, the infamous French serial killer who inspired the award-nominated TV series The Serpent, walked free from a Nepali prison Friday. Sobhraj has been released from the jail. He has been handed over to the Immigration Department. The officials at the Immigration Department informed us that he would be deported to France soon, as early as today, Ishvari Prasad Pandey, an official at Nepal Central Prison told CNN. Sobhraj, aged 78, had been serving a life sentence in Nepal for killing 2 tourists in 1975. But many of his alleged murders remain unsolved. He was freed after Nepal's top court on Wednesday ordered his release on the grounds of his age and health. He is suffering from a heart disease and needs open heart surgery, the court said. Local officials said they were arranging Sobhraj's immediate deportation, which could happen as early as Friday. We are working on gathering all the necessary travel documents to deport Sobhraj to France, the acting director general of the Nepal Immigration Department Pradarshani Kumari told CNN, adding that, "It could happen today, it might take a few days." The court's order is to send him to his home country within 15 days. We are working to deport him keeping that time frame in mind. He will remain under the supervision of Nepal's government until he flies out. We are working with the Home Ministry on his safety, Kumari added. The official said the department is in close contact with the French embassy in Kathmandu. Born in French-administered Saigon, Vietnam, Sobhraj was first jailed in Paris in 1963 for burglary, but went on to be accused of committing crimes in a list of countries. He also escaped from prison in several countries, and his propensity for evading the authorities earned him the nickname, the Serpent. Sobhraj eventually admitted to at least 12 killings between 1972 and 1976, and hinted at others to interviewers before retracting the confessions ahead of further court cases, according to his biographers. His true number of victims is unknown. In 2014, a Nepali court convicted Sobhraj for the 1975 murder of Canadian tourist Laurent Carrière, handing down a 20-year sentence.
U.S. winter storm expected to affect 60% of population, live updates. Heavy snow, strong winds and life-threatening chills expected. The country is currently bracing for a winter storm that is expected to affect about 60% of the U.S. population. Over 200 million people are under various winter weather alerts for what the National Weather Service has described as a once-in-a-generation type event. The ongoing major winter storm will continue to produce areas of heavy snow, strong winds, and life-threatening wind chills through Saturday. If traveling for the holiday, please use extreme caution and pay attention, the NWS said on Friday. Christmas travel is expected to be significantly impacted, with more than 3,100 flights within, in, or out of the country already being cancelled on Friday. Over 350,000 homes and businesses were without power Friday morning. We will be bringing you the latest updates on the storm throughout the day, so do follow along. New York Governor Kathy Hochul has declared a state of emergency that went into effect on Friday at 6 a.m. Eastern Time. With Mother Nature throwing everything she has at us this weekend, I encourage New Yorkers who are considering traveling for the holidays to do so before Friday or after Sunday to stay safe, she said. Our agencies are well prepared, coordinated and ready to deploy assets and equipment if needed to respond to the storm. We want all New Yorkers to get where they need to go safely to celebrate the holidays with loved ones. The New York State Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services has been coordinating state agency responses across the state. So far, DHSES has deployed 1,487 generators, 985 pumps, 528 chainsaws, 250 light towers, as well as cots, pillows, blankets, water and MREs, Hochul's office announced. Heavy snow, strong winds and life-threatening chills expected. The country is currently bracing for a winter storm that is expected to affect about 60% of the U.S. population. Over 200 million people are under various winter weather alerts for what the National Weather Service has described as a once-in-a-generation type event. The ongoing major winter storm will continue to produce areas of heavy snow, strong winds, and life-threatening wind chills through Saturday. If traveling for the holiday, please use extreme caution and pay attention, the NWS said on Friday. Christmas travel is expected to be significantly impacted, with more than 3,100 flights within, in, or out of the country already being cancelled on Friday. Over 350,000 homes and businesses were without power Friday morning. We will be bringing you the latest updates on the storm throughout the day, so do follow along.
Scientists find secret to how glass frogs turn transparent. A frog that turns itself mostly transparent while sleeping may hold clues for understanding blood clotting in humans. Scientists have long known about the glass frog but did not understand how it made itself see-through. Now research has discovered that it is able to pool blood in its body without being negatively affected by clots. In order to escape the attention of predators, the creature turns itself up to 61% transparent, disguising itself on the leaf. If you turn these frogs over, you could watch their heart beating by itself. You can see through the skin and see the muscle. The majority of the body cavity is really transparent, Jesse Delia, a researcher at the Museum of Natural History in New York, U.S. told BBC News. Now findings by Mr. Delia and Carlos Taboada at Duke University, U.S. have uncovered how the glass frogs perform this very unusual function. By shining different wavelengths of light through the animals while active and sleeping, the scientists measured their opacity. They discovered that the creatures pool blood into their liver. They somehow pack most of the red blood cells in the liver, so they're removed from the blood plasma. They're still circulating plasma, but they do it somehow without triggering a massive clot, Mr. Delia explains. Up to 89% of the animal's blood cells become packed together, almost doubling the size of the liver, and allowing the frog to become transparent. At night, when the creature wants to become active again to hunt or mate, it releases the red blood cells back into circulation and the liver shrinks back again. Mr. Tabawada explains that the frog is still able to clot blood when necessary, for example when injured. This ability to selectively pool and clot blood is the creature's superpower, he says, and could open doors to a better understanding of blood clotting more generally. In most animals, pooling blood together leads to clotting, which can be life-threatening, for example leading to heart attacks in humans. But the researchers stress that transferring that knowledge to practical application in human medicine could be decades away. The research is published in the scientific journal Science.